I feel like with Nigerians, yeah, especially Nigerians that grew up in London, we're the worst out of any country, yeah, when it comes to us knowing our mother tongue as the kids.
You think so?
Yeah. If you see a Ghanaian, right? Most of them can speak.
Yeah, I see what you.
If you see a Ugandan,
Even Ugandan,
they can speak like their mother tongue.
Yeah.
Muslim, Eritrean, Somali.
Don't speak vernacular. That was and is still the mantra of our teachers and our parents. And in the process, our children and our language is dying.
Is language. If you can suppress their language and their naming system, they'll soon forget who they are.
Yes. Hello. Welcome to TJ's World Entertainment. With me this evening.
Hello, my name is Titi Jacobs. My friends call me TJ and Mr. Magic.
I'm Jerry Crystal, Mr. Magic.
Yes, and rightly so. We know that when we were in school, we were not allowed to speak any other language than English. Which has killed a lot of our, I wouldn't say our culture.
Not the culture, it's our grasp of the language.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Especially, in Nigeria we have various dialects and three main languages, which is the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. That's why they call it Wazobia.
Yeah, Wazobia. Yeah. But the funniest part of it is that a lot of children who come from Igbo or Hausa, they speak their languages very well.
Yes, they do. But we can say that because we are not versed in those languages. So we can say that. The language in which we are versed is Yoruba. And over the years, we have come to realize that it's very hard for you to speak Yoruba without interjecting with one English word or the other.
Yes.
Right? See, we all think we can speak Yoruba. Honest, if you bring anybody who, even the Hausa or the Igbo, if you bring any one of them and sit them down,
even when they speak, they still add English
interject.
to it. They interject it with the English.
The thing is, if you're multilingual, right, it goes without saying that unconsciously, when you're talking in a particular language, the other language that you are versed in or you know how to speak in fluently, it bleeds into the language you're speaking unconsciously.
Unconsciously, and unfortunately or fortunately for us, the main language that not everyone speaks,
that we speak is Yoruba.
Yoruba, no. I'm talking about English.
Okay, the lingua franca of Nigeria.
Lingua franca of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Do you think I speak English because I want to?
So there's a word for this. It's called linguistic imperialism. It's the transfer of and the imposition of a language on speakers of a different language. It's often enforced through education and legal systems, whereby external foreign cultures come and invade and establish themselves and create systems that are only accessible in their language.
So it's very hard before you find, not even those who are not that educated, when they speak even the Yoruba, they still add a bit of English, like so and those kind of things, okay, and so on.
But
yeah, all of those things.
Okay, let's put it to the test. This is what I'm doing. Ṣé o lè sọ Yorùbá láì má fọ òyìnbó sí?
Mo lè sọ.
Tó bá fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá láì fọ òyìnbó sí, ká wá sọ pé bí ìṣẹ́jú mélòó ló lè sọ Yorùbá láì sọ òyìnbó.
Mi ò lè sọ.
O ò lè sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tí ìpínlẹ̀ bá jókòó sí tàbí ká máa sọ Yorùbá ká lè fi sọ Yorùbá láti ìsìn títí bí aago 6. Ṣé o lè bá mi sọ Yorùbá láì fọ òyìnbó sí?
Mi ò mọ̀.
O ò mọ̀. Ṣo fẹ́ ká dánwò àbí báwo?
A lè dánwò ló bí ìyá ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́.
Á dá bẹ́ẹ̀.
Right. Dánwò ló bí ìyá ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́. The reason why we're going really is because, there's this concept, isn't it? But do you really want to test me on a more serious note?
No. If I want to test you, see, I would love to test you.
Yes.
But not everybody is privy to speaking Yoruba.
Absolutely.
On this
platform.
So we would rather not do it. You see, the essence of this particular thing is there is this program that is very trending right now.
Yes.
And it's called Masoyinbo.
Báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe jòkó ìbáyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gún dẹ́dẹ́ tẹ wà dẹ́dẹ́ ìbáyìí ẹ ti ní ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ kan náírà.
Kí ni Yorùbá ń pè ní catapult?
Bá mi yọ catapult. Lẹ́yìn ìbéèrè mẹ́wàá tẹ́ ẹ sọ òyìnbó tẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ dáhùn gbogbo ẹ̀ tó wọlé ẹ máa mú ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ kan lọlé. Owó yín leléyìí o, owó yín ni. Kí ni local government yín? Àkókò pín sóríṣiríṣi.
Northwest.
Northwest. Bá mi yọ Northwest yẹn.
Which translates don't speak English, where they bring people to come and I think there's money involved.
There is money. I mean, there's money involved, and the beauty of it is that when you start the program, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, but the reverse
in another way. So which means that when you come on that platform, you're saying to them that you can speak Yoruba.
You are fluent in Yoruba.
You're fluent in Yoruba. So if you go on that program, you understand, you must not speak in English. Any word of English takes away some money from you.
It started initially with 50,000. That's the maiden edition of it.
Tẹ́ bá ti gorí ètò yìí ẹ ti ní ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà àádọ́ta náírà òun nìyẹn. Bí ẹ bá ṣe ń fi èdè míì la èdè Yorùbá tí èdè míì ń wọ̀ ni a máa parẹ́. Okay. Bá mi pa okay.
Four categories of 5 questions each.
Yes.
Right? Then they've tweaked it. So right now it starts at 1 million naira.
Yes.
Now for every mistake you make, they erase, you start losing money.
Just lose money.
And it's so
interesting.
It's amazing how you think you really can speak a language fluently. Because I'm pretty sure if they bring an Igbo or Hausa version of the same thing,
it will still be the same thing.
It will still be the same
It will still be the same thing. But it's so interesting, and I think it's a must watch, for everyone.
Especially those of you who speak Yoruba.
Who want to learn, because there I've been watching it and I actually learned a few things. Some of the proverbs, some of the things that it's very funny. It makes my day. So when I sit down and I don't have anything to watch, I'll just tune to it and I will laugh my head off, because people that have been coming there feeling that yes,
feeling cool,
I know what
thinking,
to say.
yeah,
I can speak Yoruba very well, fluently, and then they fall flat
and
on
they
their
stumble.
faces.
Sa àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ bóyá fún party.
Bá mi yọ party yẹn. Mo ń gbọ́ yín o.
Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ìnáwó tó bá nídìí.
Bá mi yọ nídìí yẹn.
Ṣé màá tẹ̀ níjà tẹ́lẹ̀ ni?
Yes.
Some go home from 1 million, they go to 0.
Oh, I'm going to give you an example. You know our popular Alibaba,
The comedian.
So I think he felt like, yes, I can do this. It's Yoruba now, we can speak Yoruba. What's the big deal? He went on it. Just watch what happened.
Egun láti kẹ́yìn ìgbàlẹ̀ la nílé ní. Wọ́n fẹ́ bá wa ta lórí Masoyinbo. Wọ́n ti ní ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ kan náírà báyìí. Ó ti jẹ́ tiyín o, tiyín ni.
Ṣá máa mú fún mi kí n máa lọ.
Ó dáa. Kí ni òǹkà tẹ́ mú?
Experience, kí ni experience ní Yorùbá?
Àrírí nǹkan tó ti rí tẹ́lẹ̀ rí.
Àbí ìrírí?
Ẹ ti gbà ìrírí.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo rí ẹ fẹ́ sọ okay àbí?
Nǹkan há sí mi lọ́fun ni. Kò ṣe English ni mo sọ, ó há sí mi lọ́fun ni.
English.
Kò ṣe English.
Gẹ̀ẹ́sì.
Ṣé English ni okay. Yeah.
There was this particular Yoruba teacher, young man.
Lecturer. Yeah, he's a teacher. He's a
For
Yoruba
his
teacher.
age, he was
so good.
He was so good.
He was,
In as much as he is a lecturer in the language Yoruba,
yeah.
somewhere along the line, he still stumbled.
Àkọlé orúkọ ọba ìlú Ẹdẹ
Timi, wọ́n gbà. Kí ni olùkọ́ Yorùbá wá ṣe ní orí ètò yìí?
ọ̀gá. Ṣé bí ká fọwọ́ wẹ ọba ìlọ́wọ́ fi?
Irú ọwọ́ wo lẹ fẹ́ wọ̀ ẹ́? Ẹ fẹ́ jẹ owó ẹ lẹ fẹ́ wẹ̀wọ́. Ẹ máa gbọ́wọ́ yín kúrò.
Humbled went away with maybe 40,000 out of a million.
He never spoke a single word of English. However, there are proverbs and certain sayings in Yoruba that were put his way, and he just didn't know to have an answer.
I'm going to test him now. You go Boroma Gumiloju.
Okay, Latino.
No, but dodge But I mean, on a more serious note, I mean, it's
what
not
about
program. Ole salon.
Yo, kolo.
Oh, ole salon, man. Àtètè mọ́lẹ̀ tó so tó bá fẹ́ mọ́lẹ̀. Oh, lo wa ni sa ole masani.
Adro dey have.
Kò lè dúró. Àtètè mọ́lẹ̀.
Now, what we are trying to put across to you is the erosion of our language in favor, or rather, whereas we are deferring to the lingua franca.
All the languages of the world, and you don't know your mother tongue or your first language or the language of your culture, then that's this surely self-enslavement.
You see, you wouldn't really blame our parents or even the current parents right now, because education in Nigeria is not cheap.
No.
So you rather, and because English is a lingua franca, English is a universal language. English is a working language, right? The Chinese have managed to tweak their way into writing their books in physics, chemistry, biology, in their language.
Yes.
But we have not been able to do it in our country, Nigeria.
Although they teach.
They do teach it.
They do teach it. Because I remembered when I was in secondary
it's not by force.
It was the first subject I dropped, actually. It was the first subject I dropped because I went to the kind of schools that my parents sent me to. We were not privy to Yoruba. But when I was in the secondary school, I went to one of those big schools in Nigeria, and there's a topic there, Yoruba, and it was either you picked French or Yoruba, and I hated French so much so I decided to opt for Yoruba. I didn't know I was going into
from fire to fire.
To fire.
You see, the thing about this thing right now is the way it's going, right? I will not say that they should make it compulsory to teach Yoruba, but it will be very hard for us to I still think what they should do right now and make compulsory is our broken English. Our broken English encompasses Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba.
Yes.
It has a bit of Fufude. It has a little bit of Calabar. It's just
infused. Yes, into each other.
Yes. It's so sad that the man who can pass physics, which is written practically in English, will now go and he cannot pass English language or literature.
Yeah.
But this guy is so brilliant, but because he does not speak proper English, we put him to the back burners. But his Yoruba practically is very fine. But because we don't use that as a yardstick to measure intelligence in our society, and you don't speak English properly and you're always speaking Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa, you're a failure.
Besides, it's the way the society is, because you see in Nigeria, even with dictions, if you don't have the right dictions, people kind of
look down on you,
as if English is your father's language.
First of all, why do you always think there is a well in this word? I mean, well. This word is not pronounced as full well. There is no well in this word. What we have is few. There is an invisible ye, as in yam. Few.
By Igbo and all of those other languages that we have in Nigeria, there are
language. But
the mother tongue.
The annoying part is that the most populous black nation has not used our number and our clouds, right, to how would I put it, to project our language on the world stage,
Yes,
just like the Chinese have
the Chinese and the Indians
and the Indians
all of
have
them.
done.
You
So
understand?
that is the sad part.
Yeah.
But then, to actually speak it fluently, whilst you are at the same time grappling with English, it's a toll of that.
It's a toll of that. And even when you go to interviews, I've been in one interview on a more serious note. I was one of the people interviewing this gentleman. This guy is a Yoruba guy.
And he came in with a thick accent.
And he had first class in he had first class, he was brilliant.
On
He
paper.
was brilliant on paper. So we were all hopeful and we were all looking forward to
And
him.
he opened his mouth.
And then he came and he studied social work and he passed very well. But when he came in for the interview and he started to talk,
His communication,
his diction was very, very Nigerian, very, very Ekitish,
very thick.
Very thick. But he was getting the points across. I understood him very well. He was getting the points across.
But you guys didn't take it. You didn't select it.
No. The bottom line is I fought for him.
Okay.
I fought for him because after the interview, we will sit as the panel.
And he came out with flying colors.
He explained
his
everything.
English.
His English was just, the everything that he was saying. And then after the interview, we have to sit down and pick people. And then the first thing one of them said was, no, this one definitely. How is he going to be speaking to clients?
Meanwhile, he's one of the best.
He answered all the questions correctly. He got the legislation.
See, now you don't know why.
So I then said to them, I said, no, that is discrimination.
It is discrimination.
English is not his first language.
Yes.
He learned English just the way we learn French. So if I
his
speak
accent
French now
influences his English.
Yes. So I said no, you would not fail him
based
on of his diction. You understand? And we get this all the time. You understand? But what interests me more was the fact that I was watching this because I don't want us to lose the fact of this Masoyinbo guy. You understand? That we were watching it and it was so interesting and it showed you that, look, listen, you may think that you understand.
You know it.
Trust me, when it gets to the nitty-gritty,
you
don't. But
because
if you think you do, go and do that test with him.
Because like the ones we've spoken here now is because we made a conscious effort to make sure that we don't stumble by putting in one English word
or the other. So Moli Sokwe, because for real. And that's how the Shiveki saw. You understand? So we add all of these things to it because we're so used to it.
And unconsciously, when you're talking,
but you know one thing, Mr. Magic, I think it's important for our children, especially the children in the diaspora, to actually learn their languages. You understand? I am a victim. You understand? I have kids. One of them understands Yoruba very well, can speak it very well, understands me when I'm talking. But I have a son who is in his 30s, and when you're talking, he will just say, "Hey, I know you're talking about me." You understand? And I feel quite honestly, I feel ashamed
same with me
that he's not able to speak
Yoruba.
The language. So my grandson, we're teaching him, getting a teacher for him so that he can learn the language.
Now the downside of this thing is that people are now taking advantage of it and charging an arm and a leg.
Yeah, to teach them.
Which, as patriotic Yoruba Udua, you should not overcharge to impact our language into our children.
But it's not
in
their fault.
the diaspora.
It's not their fault.
I'm not saying it's their fault, but you should be patriotic in a way. Right?
Yeah, so
because majority of these guys who are actually teaching Yoruba in the diaspora, that's not their first job. It's just a side hustle.
You understand? But then what we are saying is teach your children so that you won't be victims like those of us who are in the diaspora. The kids don't speak the language. As much as you speak the language to them, that part of their brain is gone. The Chinese, the Indians, the Igbos, because I'm saying that.
Yeah, but this is based on if the father and the mother are from the same Yoruba tribe, or the mother and the father are from Igbo. But whereas you are an Igbo man and you are married to a Yoruba woman, the language in the and unless if the man or the woman speaks both languages.
Yeah, so if you're married to like I'm married to an Urobo and he speaks Yoruba. Do you understand? So we speak Yoruba in the house.
I'm married to a Calabar, an ethnic woman who does not speak Yoruba.
And neither do you speak her language.
Her language. So what do we teach the children?
So that's what we're saying. But for those of you who are in Nigeria,
please,
you understand. I know your children go to Ivy League schools.
Yes.
They go to nursery schools where they speak English, but speak Yoruba to them.
Speak not only Yoruba. Speak your mother tongue.
Yeah, your mother tongue. You know, we're using Yoruba as a yardstick
yes.
at the moment. So speak your mother tongue to them, please.
If you think what we're saying is not right,
yes, please like, share, and subscribe. Make your comments.
The keyboard is
because
there.
you might think, what's wrong with you? No. It doesn't matter. They don't have to understand the language. There is always a deficit.
There's always a need somewhere along the line
for it, because I can see it in my own son. He loves to speak the language, but he doesn't even understand anything that we're saying. And sometimes myself and my daughter will be talking about I know.
Like
I know.
like other people say, all this thing, but
you understand that you are speaking. But please take a cue from Masoyinbo. The guy, I think he's a lecturer.
Yes, that's his own contribution
to the society. You understand? Don't let's just keep our hands and say, because some people, some parents feel that, when my child speaks English and everything,
as priest.
Yeah, they will look at us like middle class and everything.
What's that thing you do just to keep the environment calm? What do you do?
Well, sometimes I go to the natatorium.
You go to the
natatorium?
Natatorium.
Yeah.
Is anything you say, and everything you say, must we use a dictionary?
Yes.
You go to the natatorium.
Natatorium.
Natatorium. Yeah. What in the world is a natatorium?
A natatorium is another term for a swimming pool.
Okay, it's a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So, if after putting my nose to the grindstone for a period of iron, or for donkey years or a month of Sundays, like I still do, whereas my objurgators are enmeshing themselves in a voluptuous and Epicurean aqua of Instagramming.
Yeah. Sir, I will not...
WhatsApping.
Yes.
Facebooking.
Yeah.
Let them speak the mother tongue, because you don't know when they will need it.
They will need it.
Please. We're just using this, for you to,
An incident happened to me when I went to Nigeria. That day I was having a horrible day.
Yeah.
They tried clamping my car, blah, blah, blah. So I was supposed to go to the airport to pick somebody. And the lady speaks Yoruba and she speaks Hausa fluently. So we got to the roundabout of Murtala Muhammad. Instead of us going in to go and pick her at the car park, she has already walked onto the road. As we got to the roundabout and we picked her up, about 3 soldiers with guns surrounded the car and took the key from the driver.
Okay.
The saving grace was that I called her and said, look, go talk to these people. She came out and started speaking Hausa to them. The fact that she opened her mouth and she was speaking fluent Hausa,
it was enough for them.
They just gave us the key.
No, just go.
Just like you're saying, you don't know when you might need it.
Absolutely, you don't know when you might need it.
Well, I hope we have been able to put a little bit of something.
Convince you or confuse you.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to look at it. But please. Láti kékeré báyìí tó bá tẹ Yorùbá ní kẹ́ máa sọ fún wọn ṣó ti check.
Wọ́n tẹ sọ padà àdàgbé kan gbọ́.
Wọ́n gbọ́.
Yorùbá àti ìlànà kò ní kékeré.
Àmín.
Ìbọ̀yẹ̀
ilé ẹ̀kọ́.
Amen.
So,
You want to translate that?
No, if so even if they don't speak it, let them understand it. It's very important. They won't understand it. So make comments. Please make your comments. Hit the notification bell, and then you will be the first to know. And then just like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel because it's important for us to know that you're actually there. You understand? We know you're there, but we want to know that you're still there. So please make your comments. Comments are important for us. So if we're doing something that is wrong, then we'll know. Until next time, kudos to you, Masoyinbo. Many more of that. We want from Igbo language, we want from
Hausa,
Fulani,
Efik,
everything. Thank you. God bless you real good. Until next time, take care. And
I'm Jerry Crenso.
TJ's World Entertainment. Don't forget. Bye-bye.
Bi leni lati sọ̀rọ̀ ni ìgbéyàwó yìí. Inú mi dùn gan ni wípé ọ̀rẹ́ mi pàdé ọmọ obìnrin yìí. Mo ní ìgbàgbọ́ wípé wọ́n máa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọ̀dọ̀ yìí láti kọ́ èdè mi. Ní Ilé Ifẹ̀ ni mo ti ṣe oyè PhD mi níjọ́ mi.
Ilé Ifẹ̀ ni.
Ní fásitì.
Nígbà wo lẹ ṣe?
Ó pẹ́ gan-an.
Ó ti pẹ́.
Ó lé lọ́gbọ̀n ọdún báyìí.
Ó ti lé lọ́gbọ̀n ọdún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kí lẹ rí nípa èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Kí lẹ rí nípa ẹ̀?
Tí mo gbádùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni oríkì orílẹ̀, oríkì bọ̀rọ̀kì, oríkì oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó wà láyé.
Òun lẹ gbádùn bẹ́ẹ̀.
Mo tún gbádùn eré orí ìtàgé.
Ẹ gbádùn eré orí ìtàgé? Kí lẹ tún gbádùn?
Orin.